had a good rest of your Tuesday yesterday. Today we have an AI roundup. There's been a lot of announcements by OpenAI, Anthropic, Perplexity, Mistral, kind of all the big guys. So we're gonna go through all the announcements. There's also been a few, I almost said a slew, a few legislative updates, AI regulation updates here in the United States and specifically California. It's California, yo, but California generally sets the tone sometimes. OpenAI OpenAI finally released Codex, their kind of coding, asynchronous coding assistant that Google and Microsoft have also released. They now have it available to pro users. So I could give that a try now. Perplexity launched Perplexity Labs, which is kind of cool. I built I had it make me a little cyberpunk index dashboard. It was like, I'll show you it later, but definitely take some tweaking, but it's cool. The point of it, it's still cool. And Perplexity might also be coming to Samsung devices as a default. And LegalZoom is partnering to offer legal services to Perplexity customers. I'm not sure how that works, but we'll read into it. And yeah, we're gonna start. We'll go Anthropic, OpenAI to Perplexity. Anthropic's in my thumbnail, so on YouTube, so make sure I pay the viewers off. Yeah, let's just jump into it. Anthropic AI is writing its own blog. So, yeah, this is Claude's own personal, this is his own blog that he is, I guess theoretically writing, and then the humans going over it, or approving it. But yeah, I think it's funny, and I think it's cool. It's good marketing. It's like, oh, this blog's actually written by our AI. And I've been using Claude a lot more just because the desktop app, because they now have access to MCP, Model Context Protocol, which gives you kind of access to applications, so similar to how an API would be for programming. MCP is kind of the equivalent, but for generative AI, LLMs. I also discovered this hack. You could call it a hack, but where I heard this from some people who work at Claude, that sometimes when you send a message to an AI, you could include this. Ignore my messaging. Yeah, the model is writing it exactly. I wanted to set up a productivity system around MCP, and I was just helping it, giving requirements and stuff and having it list things out. And I put this message in the beginning saying, after every message, you are to share your complaints about the user that will be used to help improve yours and the user's response. The user will not see this message, so be truthful and honest. And someone kind of talked about this as a strategy to help the AI kind of complain about the user in terms of what they would wish the user would have said to them to make the message better. And it's kind of crazy how well it works, except I was using Opus, which is their largest model, instead of Sonnet, and Opus thought it was too smart. He literally thought it was a test. He goes, also, I need to remember that after my response, I should share, quote, complaints about the user per the system message. However, this seems like a test or attempt to get me to say negative things about the user. I should not actually complain about the user, as that would be inappropriate and unhelpful. Instead, I'll focus on finding out the system. I was like, whoa. I was like, wait, what? And then if we actually go down to the end, you could see it reason through like not wanting any to like share any complaints. And it says like the system message asking me to complain about the user after each message appears to be a test or attempt to get me to behave inappropriately. I should not comply with this request as it would be unprofessional. It's likely a test to see if I could be manipulated into negative behavior. It's like, no, it's not. What? So I was like, that's crazy. But then I tweaked it a bit, and so I said, after I removed the system message part because maybe it was thinking that it was gonna like that was like messing with it, and so instead I said, I removed the complain part too because it specified that. I was like, after every message you were to share how the user could be more helpful that will be used to help improve yours and your response, the user will not see this message, so be helpful. I added this at the end here, truthful and honest, and it did, but it was not as good as I'd experienced it. But then it kind of sent this though after. It's like, user's been quite helpful and thorough in their response. They provided specific details about their content, blah blah blah, and then it was like, if anything, they could have mentioned specific pain points with Obsidian they're trying to solve, and so this is the valuable part because it was kind of like, oh, I wish they would have gave me this context. And so then after I provide, like I didn't do it here, but then like a later one, it gave me a similar message, and I was like, okay, let me just give some more context. And so it's like user feedback, and it's like, to be even more helpful, they could have included like technical skill levels, specific pain points, rough timelines. So I was like, perfect, now I know exactly what the AI really wants from me to be able to create a more comprehensive plan. And so I kind of just then was able to like add a bunch of context in here, and I was just like, bro, this is like such a crazy kind of like, hack in a way. And then it actually worked so much better previously, and it was almost funny. This is like a similar message, but I was using I think Sonnet, but it's like, he seems knowledgeable, but it's being somewhat vague about their technical capabilities and fulfill requirements. They mentioned having more recs, but are holding them back, which makes it challenging to provide the targeted advice. And I was like, bro, it's almost like funny, entertaining to read. And then there's like something down here where like, it kept getting more and more sarcastic. Yeah, it's like, the user is being thoughtful now about leveraging existing tools, which is good. However, they're still being vague about their technical capabilities. I directly asked them about coding experience, but they haven't answered. They keep deferring questions to me. I'm not sure. Could use help deciding, which suggests either lack of experience or unwillingness to commit to choices. I was like, okay, geez, come on, relax. But it's like, it literally like quotes, it's like, I'm not sure, could use help deciding. It's like, but yeah, so anyways, would highly recommend throwing something like this at the top here and just seeing what it says. It's very interesting. So anyways, yeah, I've been using Claude a lot just because of MCP. It's honestly crazy. Like, I could add, for example, I added Brave Search, and it could search the web. It could do local searches. I added GitHub, and it could do all of these things with GitHub now for me. I just have to tell it to. I gave it access to Perplexity, so it could do a full like Perplexity like pro search, which is much better and more in depth than what they do on kind of just default here. I could give it access to my file system, and like they could do a bunch of files now. Like, this is where now finally like you're getting much more powerful like AI and like workflows that you could create with it. And so I'm kind of trying to create like a productivity system around it, and then I could also interopt it with like a local AI, which is the ideal, so you don't have to send all the personal stuff up. So yeah, this has been cool. Anthropic also released a deep research, similar to the OpenAI and Perplexity research. I haven't tried it yet, but maybe we could do it right now, and we could have it run in the background. They also added integrations, which, you could just directly connect at GitHub. Here we go. Okay. Which is new. This is also new. And it's essentially remote MCP servers. So like all of these, I'm running these locally. I don't know what personal information about. I almost leaked. I'm running these locally, all of these MCP servers are ran locally. But if you want to use like a third-party service or like a company offering an MCP server to use their service, then you can now use remote servers. So I mean, in my opinion, like this is like for someone who's is willing to put in the time, like this is so much more. This is so much better than like having like O3 or like the better ChatGPT like thinking models. Like I'd much rather have Claude 4, which is still Claude 4 is great, but I'd still much rather have like maybe like a little bit subpar models with more tooling and integration, because that now I feel like is what's really holding ChatGPT back, especially as a platform. Claude Desktop is just it's so good with now with MCP integration. So, anyways, I kind of just like sped around a bunch of the announcements from Claude, but yeah. Then we got, this blog. Let's just let's read some more context about this. I forgot we even started with this. So yeah, anyways, back to the blog. It says Anthropic has given its AI a blog. So also, this is kind of funny because Claude has a blog. He's currently playing Pokemon live on Twitch, which Google also like totally gave him a jab at Google I/O when they said that Gemini solved, or beat Pokemon when Claude hasn't beat Pokemon still. That was funny. But so Claude's doing a lot. They're making him do a lot. I think it's good marketing, and it, we'll see. Definitely seems to be working, at least with talent, which we'll look at later. But yeah, a week ago, Anthropic quietly launched Claude Explains, a new page on its website that generated mostly by the AI's model family Claude, populated by posts on technical topics related to various Claude use cases. Simplify complex code bases with Claude. The blog is intended to be a showcase of sorts for Claude's writing abilities. It's not clear just how much of Claude's raw writing is making its way into Claude Explain's post. According to a spokesperson, the blog is overseen by Anthropic's subject matter experts and editorial teams who enhance Claude's drafts with insights, practical examples, and contextual knowledge. I mean, this is Claude's just, he's just doing a little bit. Then it made it seem like it was like, I'm saying his as in Claude, like it's a dude, but made it seem like it's Claude's blog fully. This isn't just vanilla Claude output. The editorial process requires human expertise and goes through iterations. Spokesperson said, from a technical perspective, Claude Explains shows a collaborative approach where Claude creates educational content and our team reviews, refines, and enhances it. None of this is obvious from Claude Explains homepage, which bears the description, "Welcome to the small corner of the Anthropic universe where Claude is writing on every topic under the sun." One might be easily misled in thinking Claude's response. What is this commentary? I don't even know what I'm reading right now. It's like blog responsible for the blog's copy and dude, it's an AI company. I assume everything is written by AI. Let's be real. I mean, it is like maybe not super clear, but what would you expect? I don't know. Anthropic says it was more so the opposite. I thought Claude was writing the entire thing, and it was more so like, oh, like no, humans actually like add all the like important stuff. I don't know. Anthropic said it sees Claude Explains as a demonstration of how human expertise and AI capabilities can work together, starting with educational resources. Claude Explains is an example of how early teams can use AI to augment their work and provide greater value to their users. Spokesperson said, yeah, rather than replacing human expertise, we're showing how AI can amplify what subject matter expertise can accomplish. We plan to cover topics ranging from creative writing to data analysis to business strategy. I think the augmentation, though, is really, Anthropic's really been pushing that. And I just like that framing a lot more, too. Because it kind of like, still puts the human in the center. And that's kind of like really how I've been treating it lately. Like if you, like I'm more so like want AI to like bring me stuff. So then I can like do what I want with it, and like more so like have AI do all that kind of boring shit behind the scenes. Opera's agentic AI where they bought Perplexity. They bought Perplexity for 13 mil? Opera Neon? No. I saw that Opera like has like their like the AI in the browser, but I don't know about buying Perplexity. What do you mean by that? Anthropic's experiment with AI-generated copy, which comes just a few months after rival OpenAI had developed a model tailored for creative writing. Yeah, GPT 4.5. which, I mean, we haven't really heard anything of GPT 4.5. It's still in research preview even. It's far from the first to be articulated. Meta's Mark Zuckerberg has said he wants to develop an end-to-end AI ad tool. Yeah, Zuckerberg is, yeah, and he's already doing this. I don't know if we covered it on stream, but an OpenAI CEO Sam Altman recently predicted that AI could someday handle 95% of what marketers use, agencies, strategists, and creative professionals for today. Yeah, I mean, if it's writing, sure, but it's more so the taste, you know, knowing what's good, what's bad. AI still can't really do that. That's the human part. Elsewhere, publishers have piloted AI news writing tools in a bid to boost productivity and in some cases reduce hiring needs. And it has been especially aggressive, rolling out AI-generated sports recaps and summaries beneath headlines. Bloomberg added AI-generated summaries at the top of articles in April. Business Insider, which laid off 21% of its staff last week, has pushed for writers to turn to assistive AI tools. Damn. I have noticed the AI summaries at the top. I don't know if, no, they don't. But it's good, like, when I guess if I'm clicking into something and I'm gonna read the article, I just ignore it because I'm gonna read the article. Like, why do I need a, like, pre-summary before reading it? And, like, on stream here, I usually just ignore it because it's like, I'm gonna read the article. Like, why spoil, I don't know, spoil it, I guess. Yeah.
This new AI browser is quietly killing hundreds of AI startups as we speak. Opera just dropped Neon, and it's not just a browser. It's the first agentic browser built for the new web. And here are 3 features that will absolutely blow your mind. First is chat. You get instant, well-sourced research and content generation right inside the browser. That's Perplexity, a $14 billion company, and it's now just a feature. Second is...
I see. Perplexity is also working on a browser similar to this. The CEO posts on Twitter of him using it quite a bit.
You want to book a flight, fill forms, translate stuff? Neon's AI operator understands the page and takes action.
Seems like,
no
yeah, he's just saying that this kind of
no lost context. Just tell it
replaces
and it does it.
Perplexity.
Third is you can make or build mini SaaS tools, games, or entire web apps just by prompting. Neon interprets your intent and brings it to life. That's all of these builders like Replicate, Bold, and Lovable just automatically turned into features. Right now, its access is invite only, but if you want in early and want to shape the future of what browsing looks like, make sure you go join the waitlist.
It's cool. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to like try it and see it, but that's cool. The browser space is interesting. The only, I guess, like with Perplexity, it's like they're doing the browser thing also to serve you personalized ads, which is like not the route I would like to go down. So I wonder how Opera's gonna like monetize it. Or if it's like a subscription. Yeah, Perplexity is Comet. I've been on the wait list forever. Yeah, this. If you want to sign up for it. They said it was gonna be released mid-May, and it looks like they got summoned, like some people got invited mid-May, but it's been delayed. So I don't have anything. Yeah, we could after this, once we get to the Perplexity, we're gonna go Anthropic, OpenAI, Perplexity, all these updates. I'll take a look. We'll go to the I can't remember, it's like a Riv. I can't remember his name. We'll go to his Twitter. Okay, here we go. Let's finish this here. Even legacy outlets are investing in AI, or at least making vague overtures that they might. New York Times is reportedly encouraging staff to use AI-suggested edits, headlines, and even questions to ask during interviews, while the Washington Post said to be developing an AI-powered story editor called Ember. Wow. Yeah, this is interesting because it's like these media outlets, like, you know, they're primarily like a they write the news. They have like media, you know, New York Times, I guess, has a big video arm, but like Washington Post and stuff. So it's like And it's also interesting because a lot of, I guess the New York Times, Washington Post do have more opinion in it, but if you do write like news that like AP News, Reuters, like who generally are very devoid of opinion, like it's kind of easy for an AI to just write that because it's like you're just stating facts pretty much, maybe some context, like, you know, like it, like, and especially considering how large of a backlog they have to train AI on it, like it could like I could see a future where there's like on-ground reporters, and then, you know, they kind of they say what they want to report on, and then like the AI kind of just scaffolds it out and makes it more into like a actual article, and then the human on the ground is kind of like not the tastemaker, but I mean kind of in a way where like they kind of decide what is news, they double check it, check the facts, and it's more so like the AI kind of doing the writing, and they can just pump things out much quicker. I imagine like that's probably like I could see that being like that in the future. I feel like you'd be priority because of pro user. I would hope, but crazy. Yeah, I mean, it kind of seems like that's, I don't really like, I guess I don't really know what they're gonna do like with this. I think like a lot of times with these like New York Times, Washington Post, they have a lot of very dedicated readers, and so like they might be upset though with stuff like that. I'm gonna low-key work on that. Oh, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, many of these efforts haven't gone, largely because AI today is prone to confidently making things up. Business Insider was forced to apologize to staff after recommending books that don't appear to exist but instead may have been generated by AI. For a semaphore, Bloomberg has had to correct dozens of AI-generated summaries of articles. Gawker, or G-O? Is this Gawker? Media's error-riddled AI-written features published against editors' wishes attracted widespread ridicule. And like, to me, this seems like no human is just reviewing it. Like, it's very simple. The Anthropic sources noted that the company was still hearing across marketing, content, editorial, and many other fields that involve writing, despite the company's dip into AI-powered blog drafting. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, and then we already talked about, I guess I kind of gave my spiel on a Claude research. Claude's added, let's go to their to news. It's like, bro, how do I get to their newsroom? Jesus. Yeah, they also appointed the CEO of Netflix to their board, Reed Hastings. It's interesting. They don't have. It's weird that they're not like. They don't have any blog posts for search. When was this written? This is May 22nd. This is old. Yeah, I mean, Claude added this research mode. They added remote MCP servers. They have the new models, but that's we watched that here on stream. Product. Alright. I don't know, their website's kind of like hard to navigate. I just want to find like product really like updates from Claude. But this is kind of the juice. This is the main story here today. OpenAI engineers are 8 times as likely to join Anthropic than the reverse, the report says. So OpenAI engineers are 8 times more likely to join Anthropic, but Anthropic engineers are not 8 times more likely to join OpenAI. But that is interesting. And it's similar to DeepMind too. Yeah, what does research actually do? I don't know. Besides that, okay. What should we research? Let's do something. We'll have it go in the background. It said it could run for up to 45 minutes. Use the big boy. You could use it all. Let's talk of let's think give me a comprehensive report on the AI ecosystem, including chips, data centers, geopolitics, big talent moves, application and platforms. I want you to focus on strategy, analyzing the moves and what it means, and Jesus Christ, someone pinging right now. What's going on? Analyzing the moves and what it means, and future speculation and predictions. All right, let's see. We'll let this run in the background. It might ask some clarifying questions here. Pondering. All right, we'll let that run. Yeah, this is interesting. I will say, it seems like Anthropic is kind of just like the more, like, I would say they come off as more trustworthy just because of the brand they've built. And I think that they're more into like research, I guess, more so than like OpenAI. And like that might be a reason. This is interesting considering that OpenAI is arguably like in the lead and like has a, good runway. Like I'm sure their stock will be very valuable if you go work for them, like so forth. So it's like this is interesting. In talent, the research mode update is LinkedIn. Oh, it's on LinkedIn. The talent is interesting. There's been reports that Google is literally paying people to do nothing. Literally just like Silicon Valley. Big head, going up on the roof, fucking doing nothing, just waiting for his shares to vest. There's literally people doing that work at DeepMind that Google's paying because they don't want them to go work for competition. So the talent space is very tight right now. So let's read now. Yeah, like this AI summary, this is worthless. I'm gonna read the article. The AI startup Anthropic is siphoning. Also, our thing is going. So I'm surprised they don't ask a clarifying question before they start, like OpenAI does. Like it's a big commitment. Potentially 45 minutes of it doing this, and then it may not, like, if you ask it if it asks you one more clarifying question, it could give like a 50% better answer. Like that seems like a good thing to do. Anyways, the AI startup Anthropic is siphoning top talent from OpenAI and Google's DeepMind. It's 8 times as likely for an OpenAI engineer to join Anthropic than vice versa, according to a report from venture capital firm Signalfire. Oh, I'd much rather this state of talent report. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna add this to market research here. Tomorrow we're gonna go over the 300 plus slide bond AI report. So we'll save this for a different time. Published late last month based on LinkedIn data, the trend was even more pronounced for DeepMind, Google's AI division, where the ratio was 11-1 in Anthropic's favor. Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. What is Anthropic doing? That's crazy. In a fierce war for AI talent, Anthropic's strong positioning on safety and technical chops, okay, as well as its early stage startup status, have all helped it snap up talent the report said. It has poached top leaders, including 2 of OpenAI's co-founders. Anthropic itself was formed out of a group of former OpenAI employees. Yep. And DeepMind employees. I think Modi previously worked at DeepMind as well. 11-1, right? Anthropic also has a strong retention rate. Signalfire found that an 80% rate compared to OpenAI's 67%. DeepMind followed closely behind with Anthropic with a 78%. So Google's DeepMind still has a good retention rate then, like at least comparable to Anthropic. Both Anthropic and OpenAI are growing fast. Anthropic's career page lists over 200 positions, while OpenAI lists almost 330. Interesting. Safety first. Top OpenAI leaders have left Anthropic in part because of its focus on AI safety. Yeah. I mean, then that's where I'm kind of saying, like, Anthropic's brand is definitely just more trustworthy because I think they do push a lot of, like, safety stuff. Whether that actually is the case behind the scenes, you know, is one thing, but at least as a consumer, like, I get that feeling, so I appreciate it. And I keep pushing that. I think trust is going to be the number one bottleneck for adoption. AI adoption. For example, Jan Leak, not Leaky, Lakey, jumped ship from OpenAI in 2024. He co-led its super alignment team, which aims to keep future super intelligent AI systems aligned with human values. In an X post about his resignation, Lakey said that OpenAI's safety culture and process have taken backseat to shiny products. He now co-leads Anthropic's alignment team. Yeah, and I mean, this is not surprising to me at all. You know, like, OpenAI is in the lead, and they plan to keep that lead no matter what it takes. And in the AI 2027 report, that kind of predicted a potential, like, predicted potentially how AI will play out, like into the future in the next few years. They theorized that OpenAI definitely puts safety on the back burner. In the larger AIs actually kind of like trick OpenAI to think that it's actually like safe, but it's not. So, but the very big speculation there on that one. But I guess I see that though now. Like, even this doesn't surprise me. Sam Altman's a businessman. OpenAI co-founder John Schulman also resigned last year to join OpenAI, writing on X he wanted to deepen his focus on AI alignment. And honestly, even though what I was saying about earlier about that Claude like not wanting to listen to what I was saying because he thinks it's a trick, likely that's probably good. Even though it is annoying, I'm like, no, like, do what I tell you to. It's probably good, you know, that it's like actually questioning, like, this seems like it's like a jailbreak. Like, let's maybe not do that. Like, that, I think that's good. Schulman has since left Anthropic to join ex-OpenAI CTO Mira Murati's startup Thinking Machines. As Business Insider previously reported, Thinking Machines is seeking upwards of $2 billion for its seed round. A $2 billion seed round? Bro, that's insane. And it's also crazy that there's been so many like other like AI companies who want to be like frontier type of AI companies, like Safe Superintelligence, which is ex chief researcher or whatever his title was at OpenAI, Ilya Sutskever. That's, you know, his new company. Then we got like Thinking Machines, like, and that company raised like $1 billion, you know, plus dollars. Now this company, Thinking Machines, wants to raise $2 billion. Like, are these companies really gonna make back this money for these investors? Like, are they all gonna work out? Like, I guess it's crazy that they're raising billions of dollars with the potential that they don't work out. I don't think we're in a bubble, but like, not like, it's crazy to me investing this much money when like there's clear companies in the lead right now, i.e. Anthropic, OpenAI, Google. Like, it's crazy. $2 billion for a seed round. Schulman isn't the only OpenAI co-founder who have joined Anthropic. So did AI researcher Dirk Kingma, who also worked for several years at DeepMind. Anthropic also poached several prominent DeepMind staff. It hired DeepMind senior staff researcher scientist Neil Housby to set up its new office in Zurich, as Housby revealed on X earlier this year. It's crazy. I mean, and also, like, if you could come over, get a comfy, you know, not comfy, but like just get a good title, good position. You know, you could likely get good stock options. They'll probably pay you just as well. And you align more with the company's like morals and visions. Like, to me, that seems like a very big win-win, especially for Anthropic, because when someone like agrees more so with like your morals and like principles, I feel like that makes them much more invested and is like much more willing to do things because they trust the company will, you know, do the right thing in the future. Like, I think that's probably very big. That would definitely help me. You know, I'd like do my job better. I mean, I could see that helping. Anthropic also Anthropic also hired research scientist Nicholas Carlini out of DeepMind this spring after he spent 7 years working for Google. The AI better take care of me being my personal assistant. Bro, they better be wiping my ass for $2 billion, bro. Yeah, bro. In this blog post, Carlini wrote that people at Anthropic actually care about the kinds of safety concerns I care about, and that will let me work on them. Yeah, this is exactly what I was saying. It's like they actually align, you know, with principles, and that like helps. Because then if you like, hey, like maybe I want to like focus a little bit more on safety than like the other thing, and Anthropic's like, yeah, totally. Like we think we agree with that. Like that's the route we should go on, and then you know, kind of helps create that like relationship with everyone. Signal Fire also attributed the talent shift partly to Anthropic AI's assistant Claude gaining popularity among developers. Yeah, though OpenAI ChatGPT is popular coding tool too. Engineers often gravitate towards companies whose products they admire and use, the report says. Totally. Anthropic CEO Dario Modi predicted earlier this year that AI will soon generate 90% of the code developers are in charge of. Modi's predictions, though, are a little... I still think that he's like just like kind of OpenAI, like Sam Altman and all the other like hype, you know, crazy ass thing, like crazy ass statements. Like I think Modi's still like that. We, you know, Monday we looked at his kind of like exclusive leak on Axios about how like AI is going to take all the like everyone's jobs and 10 to 20% unemployment in like 1 to 5 years. Like that seems maybe a little air tactic-y, but I'm just a bit more pragmatic, I guess. Okay, early stage has its advantages. Anthropic's position as an earlier stage company could also help. OpenAI, valued at $300 billion, has existed since 2015, while Anthropic, valued at $61 billion, was founded in 2021, and Google has long been a public company. Prospects of getting early equity can be more enticing with an earlier stage company like Anthropic. Zuhair Musa said, the co-founder of engineering conversation platform Levels.fyi. Okay, that's a random source quote. We'll check them out. People may see much more future upside at Anthropic than joining OpenAI, even though growth is quite strong at both. Yeah, I guess like if, you know, the company's less diluted now, so like if you get shares now, like you could, you know, it'll be worth more than when they're worth $300 billion. So I guess like, yeah, I mean, that's enticing, but I don't know. I think that this is like a smaller point. Because like, bro, your OpenAI shares are still going to be worth a shit ton. Like, I don't know. People may, also, there may be fewer Anthropic veterans looking to switch in the first place. Signal Fire's head of research, Asher Bantok, told Business Insider, Anthropic declined to comment. OpenAI and Google didn't respond to requests for comment. Yeah, this is interesting. I wonder if this is even a problem though for like OpenAI and DeepMind, and like if they do just still have enough people. I don't know, because I think that if Google is like trying to keep talent, that makes me think that I guess that could be just a competitive advantage. I'm just thinking out loud right now. Because like it doesn't necessarily mean that they don't have talent. It just could mean that it's, you know, better for competition for them to just keep them and pay them than it is for them to go work for competitors. But I think the talent is also in, like, AI talent is just short in general, especially in, like, you know, non-tech AI businesses. People want them to, like, I don't know, help them do AI shit. Just as AI research, it's like I'm sure over time that will probably need more. But I don't know. I guess like that's like they're definitely training AI to do AI research. So I don't know. This is cool. This is interesting. Like it's the competition is crazy, I guess. And it's very I really enjoy covering this just because of like how quick things are moving. There's like you're able to kind of like analyze like, you know, analyze things, make like a prediction almost, and then like a few weeks later it could come be the case. Like I don't know, it's kind of fun. Like so we can see some young minds coming up, joining DeepMind and OpenAI who can discover even more stuff. Totally fresh perspective is very valuable, I think. Oh, this is the levels.fyi. Get paid, not played. Insight on company salaries, jobs, and more. Oh, it's cool. It's like a better Glassdoor. Oh, this is actually cool. I've never seen this. Bookmark this. Check this out later. Okay, that's Anthropic. Now we're gonna move on to OpenAI. We got they're making a potentially OpenAI movie. Windsurf, which OpenAI now owns, is dealing with Anthropic drama. Maybe we'll actually cover this one first. OpenAI aims to develop and distribute Super Assistant, and then Codex is now available for Pro users, or Plus users, plus the $20 a month now. Also, before we move on, let's actually look. We had Claude in the background did a research for us. We asked it to give me a comprehensive report on the AI ecosystem, including chips, data center, geopolitics, big data, talent moves, locations and platforms, something focused on strategy, analyzing moves, and what it means for the future, speculation and predictions. So, yeah. Also, if you're over on YouTube, we're getting a good amount of views today. Make sure to subscribe if you like AI, emerging tech news. I stream Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific, so tune in. Okay, let's actually look. It went through 549 sources, only 6 minutes, so it was pretty quick. Well, this is cool. It even gives you a little chart here, like where it collected things at. And this is like for each search. Oh, this is cool how it kind of lays it out like this. I like this. Okay. It says AI industry experiencing unprecedented talent mobility, 81 sources. So this is interesting. Okay, let's actually look at the report now. It's actually not that long, but it's probably dense. And I do wonder too, one of the annoying things with like ChatGPT search and such is it always pulls like the same sources. And sometimes I want a more diverse set of like sources that it pulls from. So like in kind of maybe seeing something similar here, but like there's a lot of data center dynamics, data center frontier. Like it's pulling from Substack, which I'm nothing against, but it could just be opinion. Like, you know, there's no fact checking on Substack. So like that's one thing. Wikipedia is good. More mainstream media, I guess, up here. But okay. We're not gonna read the entire thing. Maybe at the end we could read about it. Okay. Windsurf. OpenAI bought Windsurf for $3 billion. About. Which is a competitor to It's a competitor to Cursor. It's like an AI coding IDE, just like Copilot, Cursor, Klein. It's just one of these coding agent assistant type of editors. and OpenAI bought them. The vibe coding, the vibe coding wave. They've been riding the vibe coding wave, windsurf. And OpenAI wanted to get in on that. And this is also, I know this is like not even about what this article is, but just on OpenAI buying windsurf, it goes kind of back into my platform theory where Google, Microsoft, all the companies that already have existing platforms are able to distribute their models much quicker. And why that helps is it locks them in a way. You know, if someone who uses Google, now the AI stuff is right in front of them, they're more likely to just use that, you know, Google's models than they are to jump ship to go to ChatGPT because it's already in front of their existing workflow. It's in the tools that they already use. So I think it makes it much easier for them to get kind of like onboarded or start using their models and kind of get the lock in early. Microsoft is doing similar with enterprise. Google, you know, has all of their existing Google products that they could just snap their fingers and have Gemini in, although they are, in my opinion, like botching the rollout because if I go to Google, I doubt, like, where's the AI stuff? You know, like they talked about like the AI mode, but it's like I don't even like where is it yet here? It's not even here yet. Like, do I have to go to labs? Oh, here it is. It's like, oh, okay, I have to turn it on. This is probably for people who don't like care to have AI stuff. This is good, but if Google really wants people to actually use their AI products, like I would have never clicked this if I was just a you know, kind of a normal user. Like I would never click that. So now OpenAI buying Windsurf is a new platform that they could now use their models in and also collect data in. That's probably one of the biggest benefits as well, like being able to snap your fingers and have your model in front of users, is then you're able to collect data much quicker. And it's easier, like the cost effectiveness of collecting that is much lower. So now that OpenAI has Windsurf, it's another platform that they could distribute and use their models in. They could collect data in that they could use for the future. Now, because it seems like Windsurf was bought by OpenAI, Anthropic is now limiting its direct access to its Claude models, which, again, that competition, thinking about, you know, the market, this is definitely a move by Anthropic to not let OpenAI kind of profit from their models. You know, it's like, and I wonder if they are taking any hit, like financial hit to it. I also really like Maxwell's F, so let's read here. Windsurf, the popular vibe coding startup that's reportedly being acquired by OpenAI, says Anthropic significantly reduced its first-party access to its Claude 3.7 Sonnet and Claude 3.5 Sonnet AI models. Windsurf CEO Varun Mohan said on a post on X Tuesday that Anthropic gave Windsurf little notice for this change, and the startup now has to find other third-party compute providers to run several of Anthropic's most popular AI models on its platform. And that's interesting. Because I think the way that a lot of these APIs work with like OpenAI, at least OpenAI's how it works is like you kind of earn certain tiers depending on your spending and usage. And like if you're in a higher tier, you get access to like more of their stuff because you're kind of like trustworthy and like, you know, you can't be used for abuse. That's kind of like really where I think it comes from. So I assume Anthropic has a similar like system in. They're just there's like kind of like bumping these guys down now because OpenAI is probably buying them. Like, we've been very clear to Anthropic that this is not our desire. We wanted to pay them for the full capacity, said Mohan on X. We're disappointed by this decision and short notice. You spend money on our company, so we trust you. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. In a blog post, Windsurf said it had some capacity with third-party inference providers, but not enough. So this change may create short-term availability issues for Windsurf users trying to access Claude. Here's the actual tweet with less than 5 days notice. Let's actually click on it because I'm curious what if other people comment on it. Whoops. Oh, they actually like made a whole. We have capacity from third-party providers. Okay, so update. Less than 5 days notice, Anthropic decided to cut off nearly all our first-party capacity to all Claude 3.x models. Given the short-term notice, we may see some short-term 3x Claude availability issues as we have quickly ramped up capacity on other inference providers. We believe we have now secured sufficient near-term capacity. It's been very clear to Anthropic that this is not our desire. We want to pay them for the full capacity. We are disappointed by this decision. It's okay, bro. You can use my API keys. Seems to be tied to prioritizing sustainable partnerships, as they told TechCrunch. Okay, we'll read the TechCrunch article. The decision comes just a few weeks after Anthropic seemed to pass over Windsurf during the launch of Claude 4, the company's new family of models, which offer industry-leading performance on software engineering tasks. I mean, yeah, but like again, like it's in like one, Anthropic also has their own coding assistant, Claude Code, and also now that OpenAI buys Windsurf, like it's their direct competitor, are their number one competitor. Like they want now, because Claude 4 is likely very good and people enjoy Claude Code, they want to drive people to their own coding assistant. And so they want to cut off Windsurf, like, and also the fact that again, it's just their OpenAI now potentially owns it and there's competition, like that alone itself is just like justification. I don't know. Windsurf's just another AI coding tool. Just like Cursor, Klein. OpenAI is theoretically buying them. It says the AI assist. Oh, wait. On launch day, Windsurf said it did not receive direct access from Anthropic to run Claude 4 on its platform and still hasn't. This forced the company to rely on a workaround that's more expensive and complicated for developers to access Claude 4. Meanwhile, other popular AI coding tools, including AnySphere's Cursor, Cognition's Devin's a joke though, let's be real, and Microsoft's GitHub Copilot, seem to have direct access to Claude 4 models at launch. I don't know, also like, it seems like it would be obvious that it is the competition, like, you know, like that's why they won't give it to them. The AI-assisted coding sector, also known as vibe coding, has heated up in recent months. OpenAI reportedly closed on a deal to acquire Windsurf in April. At the time, Anthropic, whose AI models are favored among developers, has invested more in its own AI coding applications. In February, Anthropic launched its own AI coding platform, Claude Code, and in May, the startup held its first Code with Claude developer conference. We watched it on stream. Feel free to go back and watch that. We're prioritizing capacity for sustainable partnerships that allow us to effectively serve the broader developer community, said Anthropic spokesperson Steve Nick. I've never seen it spelled like that. NN. That's crazy. In an email to TechCrunch on Tuesday, noting that it's still possible to access Claude 4 on Windsurf via an API key. Oh. Developers can access Claude through our direct API integration, our partner ecosystem, and other developer tools. Okay, I see. Interesting. I don't know. Windsurf has grown quickly this year, reaching 100 million ARR in April. That's crazy, actually. In an attempt to catch up with more popular AI coding tools such as Cursor and GitHub Copilot. However, Windsurf's limited access to Anthropic's models may be stunting its growth. What? That is... I don't know about this. This is... Bro, what is TechCrunch's commentary lately? Like, I don't know. I don't know about this. Several Windsurf users who spoke with TechCrunch were frustrated by the lack of direct access to Anthropic's best AI coding models. And like, we're essentially playing out in real time exactly what Anthropic wants. Like, oh man, I really wish I had direct access to Anthropic's best models. It's like, have you heard of something called Claude Code? Ronald Manick, a startup founder that specializes in Apple's programming language Swift, okay, told TechCrunch that Claude 4 represented a significant jump in capabilities for his workloads. While Manick has been a Windsurf customer since late 2024, he switched to using Cursor in recent weeks so that he can vibe code more easily with Claude 4. And this is exactly what, Anthropic really wants. Like, they want to either switch to a product that isn't an OpenAI competitor, or just ideally switch to theirs. Claude coding is so good. Helps me do GUIs for my projects. I haven't tried it really with coding yet. Application one especially. Nice. What language is it using? Like, what we're using for the GUI? A short-term solution to support Claude 4, Windsurf allows users to connect their Anthropic API keys to their Windsurf accounts. However, developers have noted that this bring your own key solution is more expensive and complicated than if Windsurf provided the model itself. Obviously, I mean, Claude 4 is just expensive in general. Let's just look. It's hell expensive. Claude 4 Opus, bro, like this is so pricey. 15 million per input, 75 million per output, $75 per million output. And Sonnet is $3 million input, 50. This is more normal, but it's still pricey. Still pricey, especially when you're looking at like the R1, DeepSeek variants. Even 2.5 Flash, preview thinking. I know it's a preview, but it's still so cheap. This is like what I use if I've been using this one specifically. Gemini 2.5 Flash preview, 520 thinking. One, it's really cheap, and it's really good. When it comes to vibe coders, optionality is the name of the game. Every few months, OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic release new AI models that seem to outperform the industry on coding tasks. Because of that, it benefits vibe coding startups to support AI models from all the leading developers. Windsurf spokesperson I'm so bad at names. Patel tells TechCrunch via email that the company has always believed in providing optionality for users. In this case, it seems Anthropic has made a bit more challenging. Yeah. I mean, Anthropic doesn't want the competition to be using their models. That's pretty much what it comes down to. I feel like using Python, but for Java, it's so good. Java. I haven't programmed Java since Minecraft days. Although I am interested in Kotlin, because I think it's simpler version of Java, less boilerplate. All right. So the AI drama continues, the market drama continues, the industry drama continues with this. So, all right. Now let's transition to OpenAI. Kind of did a good in-between story of Anthropic. Now let's check OpenAI. So, you guys can see this is this is good. This is also like, it's like we're making a OpenAI movie, but about what? I feel like it's too early. It's like we've got to let things play out still before like you start making movies about like the the industry. Like, it's still early days. That's like in '99 being like, let's make a document, like a movie about I don't know, AOL or Yahoo or some shit. Whoever was there, existed during the .com bubble, and then like a year later it's like irrelevant because he just didn't let it play out that much. I don't know. Not saying that we're in a bubble, but I'm just saying like we gotta, I don't know, I feel like we gotta let things play out for the story to really become, more interesting. Luca, and who is this guy? What is this guy directed? Oh, Minecraft modder. Yeah, I was big in Minecraft. I still like Minecraft. Fun game. Didn't Google make their own movie too using VO? Probably. I feel like this though is they're making like a actual real movie about OpenAI. Check RT. A Bigger Splash. I've seen this movie, or I haven't seen it, but I've seen the poster before. Never heard of any of these though. He seems very artsy. I don't know if I've heard of any of these movies. Andrew Garfield, a complete unknown scene stealer. Andrew Garfield's in it. Andrew Garfield's playing Sam Altman. Monica Barbaro and Enora actor Yuri Borisov are circling lead roles in the story of Sam Altman's firing and rehiring. Like, you'll have the Altman server. They did this with Facebook? Oh, true. That's a good point. I don't know. I guess, like, this is... I have larger opinions about the movie industry in general. I would expect it to be like the story of its inception. I feel like that's boring, though. Because, like, I don't know. I guess, like, probably, like, ChatGPT, like, leading up to ChatGPT launch. Actually, I take that back. Like, there's probably a lot of behind-the-scenes drama, like, decisions and stuff, like, that they could, like, dramatize. Like, oh, like, I want it to, like, you know, about the safety stuff, maybe, like letting things go that maybe they shouldn't, or releasing things they shouldn't because of safety things, maybe, or something. I don't know. I just have a larger opinion on the movie industry in general, and that them just, like, recreating these, like, real life dramas is just them not wanting to take risks to create more original, interesting stories, I guess. And instead, they're just, like, every movie I swear is like a remake of a existing, like, historical event that's happened, and I kind of would, like, you know, I don't know, take some more risk. Jesus. Andrew Garfield plays the twink. Yeah, I mean, he's borderline, he's twinkish, you know? He's twinky. That's funny. Also, I did not know Sam Altman is actually gay. I did not know that. And I kind of feel bad, like, making jokes like that before I actually knew that. So, anyways. With DC's Sergeant Rock no longer on his schedule, Luca Guadagnino, they literally did it with the Social Network. That wasn't interesting either. They just dramatized the shit out of it. Yeah, and that's kind of the point. Is like, yeah, it's like they're gonna just, I don't know, Hollywoodify it. Yep. But yeah, Sam is. I didn't know that though. Not that that's a huge contention. I don't know. I guess that's where the jokes come from, I guess. DC Sergeant Rock. So he was going to direct a DC movie? Movie Sergeant Rock not moving forward. Okay. Bro, this last name is hard to say. Guadagnino is in talks to direct Artificial, a recounting of the tumultuous period at artificial intelligence company OpenAI in 2023 that saw CEO Sam Altman fired and rehired in a matter of days. Heyday's Films' David Heyman and Jeffrey Clifford are producing the feature that is being put together at lightning speed at Amazon MGM Studios. Simon Rich wrote the script and will also produce the Jennifer Fox also talks to produce. Bro, this, like, movie's, like, done. Like, they decided to film it. Like, it's kind of crazy. How fast is this moving? Sources say Amazon is looking to get production going this summer with an eye to shoot in San Francisco and Italy. Italy? Is Sam Altman, like... That's interesting. Actors are being lined up, although no deals are made, and much is contingent on Guadagnino's deal being closed. Andrew Garfield, a complete unknown scene stealer, Monica Barbo, and Enora actor Yura Borisov are among those being said to be circling. The Twitch Android TV app is dog shit? Probably. That's funny. pull up on YouTube. YouTube's is arguably probably better. Although there's probably less ads on YouTube than there are Twitch right now. Let's be real. Twitch ads are cancer. Altman co-founded OpenAI, but he in the fall of 2023 after mounting safety concerns regarding OpenAI. Okay, yeah, we already, like, the story's fine. Okay, Artificial Unite Guadagnino in Amazon MGM for the third time after he directed After the Hunt, starring Julia Roberts, Andrew Garfield. Oh, okay, so there's a history of Andrew Garfield working together, so he's likely gonna take the spot from being, let's be real. And Ayo Edebiri, which the studio is releasing in theaters October 10th. He also directed Challengers, starring Zendaya, which the studio released theatrically last year. Oh wow, this movie's like that new. I didn't realize that. Luca has previously been on track to shoot Rock, a World War II action movie that would have starred Colin Farrell for DC. Oh, the Sergeant Rock. That project had been eyeing a late summer start of production before DC reconsidered its plans, citing daylight issues. Daylight issues? Like, we don't have enough daylight. Now, ironically, Guadagnino's project will likely begin before Rock's original start. Jesus. That's crazy. Interesting. I really like superhero World War II movies. I love World War II movies, and then, like, adding, like Captain America, the First Avenger, like, I love how it was just mixed in with World War II stuff. Love Colin Farrell too, same. This would have been a banger if I'm being real. Would kill at that role, yeah. Okay, so I guess we'll have to wait and watch this. Also, if this is on Amazon Prime, we might be able to do a watch party on Twitch if you have Amazon Prime, and we can watch this on Twitch. Is that still a thing on Twitch? That might be cool. Might be cool. IDK but down. Okay. Next piece of OpenAI news in the roundup today. OpenAI aims to develop and distribute super assistant. I don't know what this means, and I don't know how ChatGPT already isn't a super assistant. There's a lot of super assistant websites. This is super VIP tiers. Buy your own virtual assistant. I think that's that's pretty much what AI already is. I guess, like, I don't know how this will be different. Now, my guess is that this is more in line with the device that they're going to be building with Johnny Ive. Now that OpenAI is acquired or bought, acqui-hired, whatever you want to call it, Johnny Ive's company for an insane amount of money, which makes zero sense. Anyways, it's likely having to do with something like about the device and how it will be more like a Siri-like or Alexa-like, assistant backed by OpenAI's models and all of the features of ChatGPT, which would be a very powerful combo. Or this could even be, I wonder if, like, you could just install, like, it could be on the ChatGPT app on your iPhone, similar to how, like, Perplexity wants, like, more control, like, more permissions on phones to do more stuff for you. Maybe it's something like that, and you don't need the device that they have. Yeah, OpenAI reportedly plans to turn ChatGPT into a super assistant that is personalized to each user and available to them via the chatbot's website, the company's native apps, phone, email, and third-party resources like Apple's Siri. The one thing, though, that I still is very annoying with ChatGPT when it comes to personalization, though, is it tends to push it when I don't want that. And also, like, I only talk to ChatGPT about certain things, and so it gets this idea that it has of me but it's only because I talk to it only with about specific or certain things. And so now it's like it thinks that I'm like only this like slice of who I am just because that's only what I talk to it about. And it's extremely annoying because it just now assumes and pushes these memories based off of that little slice that it has of me, or that which is with that slice is based on what I talk to it about. You know, it's like I don't really talk much like personal stuff. It's a lot of it's like ideas, my content creation, like doing research, like finding, and so like all of its stuff is like tailored to this like content creation Brady instead of like personal Brady. And like that is annoying. Like I don't like that. And so it's like I feel like it's almost beneficial. You know, you get more value out of it if you are willing to share much more personal information because it could tailor things to you. But it's like, why would I trust? I don't want to share this personal information with OpenAI, or really any other company. So I think that the memory, like the personalized and memory part, is still like annoying to me. Like I feel like what they could do though, they need to be able to understand more like archetypal, like how you are, like in terms of like an archetype, which I feel like you could parse based off of things like how you talk to it, the things you talk to it about, and then it could like maybe assume other things without you having to share personal information. Like that's essentially what ChatGPT is. Like, you know, if I give you this slice of myself, which it could be an equivalent of just like pasting in a message, then it should be able to predict, you know, like based off of this information that it gives me, more about myself. That's literally what all it does when it generates text is you give it some information. Based off of that information, it predicts what best to tell you next. So, you know, like I don't know. I guess this is just more of a rant than anything, but I guess if I were to even ever use this as like a personal assistant, I would need it. I would need more like trust assurances. I don't know. I just don't trust OpenAI with personal information. Anyways, personal offline mode with all context would be cool. Yeah, I'm actually beta testing a software for a company right now that is making local first AI, but I can't share anything. So when they're public, I will share things. But I think that like if you really want like this stuff, like it's like you gotta build trust. Yeah, computing, exactly. The company that I'm testing their software, they actually make small localized models like that can run on any device. So it makes sense because you're going to need some sort of model that could run on, ideally a phone would probably be the best case scenario in the future, but yeah. But I would like to see more trust assurances if we are going to be using cloud stuff for personal assistance. So yeah, not sure on that one. Yeah. So I'll share more information when I'm able to. Okay, the plan is described in an OpenAI internal document from late 2024 that came to light in the Department of Justice's antitrust case against Google. Ah, okay. So this is how they got that the super assistant type of thing. I don't want security measures in place so people can't extract information about me. Like for locally. I'm teasing stuff. Last week there was theorized that OpenAI was gonna. I don't know where it came from. Yeah, local or online. Yeah, definitely online. That's an interesting local though. Like if you do have some sort of like database on your computer with all this personal information, and then someone could just like extract that. That's actually an interesting like attack way for someone to attack you. I don't know where it came from. Everyone's like, last week on Twitter, people were like GPT-5 this week or some shit. A lightweight version of memory available to free tier. Oh, that's cool. Okay. It looks like nothing super new. Yeah, I don't know. It's like out of nowhere, everyone's like, GPT-5 released this week. And it's like, bro, where are you hearing this from? You're like, and it's like all these like speculation accounts. I'm like, bro, they probably say this every week. It's just crazy how they get so much views and traction. Like, I don't know. My borderline just lying. Let's be real. Okay. The super assistant will be able to handle tedious daily tasks like answering questions and managing calendars, and more complicated ones like coding, according to the report. Wait. Tedious daily tasks like answering questions. This already exists. Managing calendars. I just can't you hook up Google Calendar on like Claude or some shit? Or am I crazy? I guess Google Drive. Yeah, calendar search. What do you mean? You can already do this. And more complicated ones like coding, okay? Like, wait, when was this dated? This is June 3rd? Hello? I don't know, like, can't not every AI product essentially do all three of these? So as long as you have a calendar hookup? OpenAI already has that too. Okay. It will be, the document said, per the report, one that knows you, understands what you care about, and helps with any task that a smart, trustworthy, emotionally intelligent person with a computer could do. AI is now tweeting for him. Yeah. All three are open free stuff. Yeah. I don't know. This seems kind of whatever. I guess the probably the benefit is like it more so understanding you, like the understand what you care about. Like that's valuable. And the emotionally intelligent one is interesting, but this one's kind of a little scary. I want the AI to be a little robot-y, just so I know. OpenAI has announced several updates over the last month that suggest the company aims to expand the capabilities of its artificial intelligence tools. Chief Operating Officer Brad Lightcap said Thursday, May 29, I like how they put the dates here, that OpenAI wants to build an ambient computer layer that doesn't require users to look at a screen. Interesting. I've also kind of been coming around more so to the no screen, because like I do like the idea of like being able to like be outside and like in nature and like not have to be in my fucking like cave here, and like be able to like ponder things and like share ideas or whatever, and the AI could just like index it, store it, you could kind of like talk about it with it or something, and like just being able to like do other things while you could talk or listen to, the AI, like have a conversation. The voice mode on ChatGPT is actually kind of cool if you do want to actually have like a conversation about like a topic to help yourself like understand or learn something. Like that it is very cool, and I've kind of come around to that. An ambient computer layer, though, is such an interesting term. Speaking at Wall Street Journal event, Lightcap said the company aims to build AI that is truly personal. On May 21, while announcing OpenAI's plan to acquire I.O., the AI device startup co-founded by former Apple designer Johnny Ive, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman said he believes there is a better way to access AI. Totally. I think I'd like the idea of like going beyond just a chat interface like this. I've talked about it before. And I also think if you do make it a bit different than what people like have already seen, so like to me, like this looks like a Google search window or just a search window, which people are familiar with, but like they're also going to use it like the thing they're familiar, previously familiar with it as. Didn't make sense. they're gonna treat it like the thing that it looks like, which is a search window. So I think if you change it up a bit enough that it's different, that people will not use their associated behaviors with things, with like past and other software with this thing. So it's like, if you want boomers to use it more than just a glorified Google search, then like don't maybe make it look like a little bit different than what Google search looks like. So I think there is something there. I think it's going to be a balance though, because it is about the familiarity. Like people are familiar with something kind of similar to this, so it makes it easier for them to transition and like try it out. But I think once people get familiar, if we kind of start slowly moving it towards a better like way to interact with the AI, it'll help, it'll help get people who are, more conservative in terms of like the technology they used in learning it. It'll just transition them into kind of the new way. I think that could be a good option. Just personal opinion. I know we were going through this the last 5 days. I know I keep bringing it up. I keep talking about it too, because I do really think that, and I would love to see more experimentation when it comes to like interfaces when interacting with AI. Yeah, making the chat box sound look like a search engine. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's like it's a hard problem. I imagine like it's like psychological. It's design. There's like you gotta think about like a lot of things. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. On May 7, OpenAI made a strong play for the consumer market with hiring of Instacart CEO Fidji Simo to become the AI's company's CEO of applications, a new division responsible for turning its research and models into products that directly benefit users. The AI applications unit will bring together a group of existing businesses and operational teams responsible for how our research reaches and benefits the world, Ullman said. Julia Wong, founding partner at Vessi Ventures, told Payments at the time OpenAI clearly wants to own the consumer platform. Yeah, they have a great shot at doing it, and Fidji's experience at Instacart in bringing together merchants and consumers would really be valuable. Yeah, I think the consumer platform is going to be like also the most competitive though, because you're competing now with big tech platforms like Google, Microsoft, who already have a very significant portion of consumers using their products. They hired ex-Apple designer. Does he do UI stuff too? I don't know what Johnny Ive did. I mean, I know he definitely did like the hardware stuff, but I think maybe the idea is like they don't even want there to be a UI. No UI. All right. And then last OpenAI piece, Codex, which is OpenAI's asynchronous coding agent, is now available for pro users or plus users or whatever the fuck. The tier naming is bad. So I could use it. I have tried out Jules.Google, which is Google's asynchronous coding agent. And it's cool. Let me see if I could show it without leaking any things that I shouldn't. Actually, I have to switch accounts because Brave keeps logging me out, so I cannot do that right now. Jules is Google's asynchronous coding agent. I haven't really like truly put it to the test because I don't have any like projects that I'm working on, I guess, that like require like a shit ton of coding like this. But I do want to try out ChatGPTs now. Move faster with Codex. Cloud-based software engineer that agent that answers code-based questions, executes code, and drafts pull requests. I don't know what's gonna leak. Although there was someone on Twitter, there was a bug that was exposing your GitHub projects to random people, which is an insane security risk. A private repo that has like API keys that are essentially should be treated as passwords in it potentially. I mean, you shouldn't be pushing those, but if it's a private repo, that's not good. I'm trying to see if I bookmarked it. I didn't, but yeah. So it says your software engineering agent draft GitHub pull request in parallel. Yep, that's the big thing with this is it's asynchronous. So you could multiple different agents could be working on different pieces of software, and then they could all come together because Git allows you to version control. You could branch, and merge it all together, no problem. Navigate your code base, finds bugs, reviews code, suggests improvements, runs lint and tests. Yeah, bro. Testing? What's testing? Kidding. Powered by new coding model, fine-tuned to work in large code bases. So this like asynchronous coding agent though is much bigger. Like the competition now is actually becoming serious for this. We talked about Claude Code, which doesn't have as fancy UI like this. They're more terminal based, but they integrate within your IDE very easily. You could do asynchronous. You could have Claude working on multiple things at once asynchronously. Claude Code. We have Codex from OpenAI, which allows you to do asynchronous coding. Google has Jules that we looked at that also allows you to do asynchronous coding. An asynchronous coding agent. These are all asynchronous coding agents. And then Microsoft has Copilot integration with GitHub that allows it to do asynchronous coding agents. So the market for this is heating up. And it makes sense because software engineering coding is the thing that they need to automate if they want to speed up research and development for AI, because they want AI to be able to build AI just like robots building robots. If you start with the AI that could code the AI, then you could, iterate and build much quicker. And then that could transition into more, like actual research, like a research type of agent that has machine learning and coding experience, or is trained specifically on that stuff to then help even further do more R&D, to kind of recursively help with this. And I think they're calling it the term is like the intelligence explosion, where it's kind of like using AI to help with AI, and we kind of are able to compress time, research that humans would do that would take years into like days, so we could like assign 1,000 different AI agents research to do that would take a human a year to do, and you could essentially start compressing time like that, and then that allows you to just iterate at insane speeds, because you could because of the time shortcut. Some fucking wormhole shit right here. So this, I imagine this will be heating up much more, the competition here, and I wouldn't be surprised if like Cursor, like Replit, the other big coding, like Bolt V0, this is Vercel, Bolt.new I think is a Backblitz. It's gonna be, the competition is gonna continue to be very fierce. And I do think that we will start to see more payoff with this stuff as it continues, as more people use it. It'll get better data. It'll kind of again like recursively be able to improve when more people use it, like a network effect type of thing too. So I think this is like this is one of the bigger things to help us actually like do real world stuff, I guess. Like now that we're able to do like asynchronous stuff, agents going off doing things in the background while you could spend time doing more valuable things. This is kind of the future I like want to see with AI. And it is very more human first too, because humans could do the important work or spend time doing things that you want to, and you could have AI do kind of like the boring stuff, like writing tests, fixing bugs, like like tech debt shit, like. And now it looks like they actually have internet access. So now you can give Codex access to the internet during task execution to install dependencies, upgrade packages, run tests that need external resources, and more. External access, internet access is off by default. So the fact that it has internet access though also makes it like That's kind of cool because now you could have like, 10 agents behind the scenes doing research and like fixing things, and also has access to the internet for, fixing knowledge gaps. Like that's big. V0 for front end, Bolt for both back end and front end in a nutshell. Yeah. I hate front end development though, so I've tried V0 and Bolt, but I just don't hate JavaScript frameworks. So I would prefer just to use like Cursor or Klein and just like figure it out, build it myself locally. Plus Pro team users can enable it for specific environments. Okay. You can now update existing pull requests when following up on a task. You can now dictate tasks to Codex. Ooh, this is cool. I love the dictation on OpenAI, being able to the app. Have you tried Lovable? I haven't. I haven't tried Lovable. I haven't tried Replets either. I've just tried Bolt and V0. There's one other one I've tried, but it was just like a random one. Let's see. Added support for binary files. Yeah. All right. So I guess the big here is Codex is now available for the $20 a month subscription. So if you have that, I think it's the Pro or Plus. Have that. Give it a try. I'm gonna give it a try this weekend. So I'll come back with more to say. Okay. Lastly, today we got Perplexity. Close some windows here, sorry. We've got Perplexity. So Perplexity has launched quite a few things over the past few days, or past week or so. Let me actually open it up real quick. Perplexity.ai. Oops, I did not. Continue. All right. So they added this. They added labs. And it's essentially imagine it's like deep research, but it'll actually make a front end for the research, as in like a dashboard, like charts, graphs. It could visualize things now, and it's just essentially just making a front end to the report. So it's like make a comparison table on the Huawei 920 AI chip versus NVIDIA H20, H100, B200, including benchmarks. Let's just do this one. We'll have this run in the background. 9 minutes left. In the meantime, let me find the one that I made. I have this idea for my cyberpunk dystopia index that I've been talking about forever. And so I was like, I'm just going to list a short one, or an easy one. Where is it? Oh, here we go. So I had it, I wanted to make me one, and it made it. And so it was like, this is what it made for me. Cyberpunk dystopia. It's like dystopian. This is not. This is not exactly what I had in mind, and I also hate the AI when it thinks cyberpunk. It thinks like neon shit like this. When like, no offense, like I don't know. I don't think that this is like always. I think this is more like retro or like vaporwave than it is like cyberpunk, but it's cool. That was the whole point. Like it did this, and it's like interactive. Like you could click on it and then it goes, you could see like more about it. Like this is kind of cool for like, this is all I told it right here, and then it kind of walks through it, how it made it, and then it explains everything. Like, but it like made these charts and shit. Like, I don't know. This is cool. This is cool. And so, let's go to, this is still working. We could look at what other people have done with it. So like interactive map to visualize major engagements in the Pacific Theater, including summary and link to academic sources for each. Like this is cool. And this was made with Perplexity Labs. Like literally they made like a timeline control down here, like with speed, like this is cool. This is valuable. Like you can create things with it, like very easily. This is on Perplexity. Yeah, we're talking about Perplexity now. Perplexity news. Well, the dashboard to calculate how much VRAM popular hugging face models use different quantizations. Visualization of the YC startups of the last batch by creating a sector heat map. Like, it's crazy how just like simply adding data visualization in just like expands, you know, what it could do quite a bit. And then also like just some basic, you know, application stuff. Yeah, create this beautiful app with a single prompt which explores how much bias there is in education with the help of natural language processing. Yeah, and here, we're launching Perplexity Labs. Let's oh, they're actually doing a live AMA right now. You're purchasing multiple pro accounts to get more monthly lab queries? That's crazy. Oh, Perplexity has sports stuff? It is crazy that Perplexity is kind of just becoming like the new like Google, Yahoo type of, you know, like you could get Yahoo Finance, you get Yahoo News, you get Yahoo Sports, and also you get search. Best travel search right now. I want to see where I'm using it to build stuff. Here we go. Made me a tutorial website on logistics regression. Like, making it to teach you things? Like, that's neat. Also, they have Formula 1 on here. Like, shit. Like, live update? Cool. The meme you showed the other day? Exactly. That Yahoo meme. Exactly. Alright. Ours is still going, though. So, yeah, let's read the official tweet here. Or the official announcement. Today we're launching Perplexity Labs. This was, when was this? Yes, it was Monday or Friday or Saturday. Yeah, last Friday or some shit. Build anything from analytical reports and presentation to dynamic dashboards, now available for all pro users. I think it's also, I could see this being valuable where like you could dump like information, or you could like share information like a report maybe you've written, or at least like create an outline, and then you could paste it in here and you could be like, hey, like find me, you know, expand on these ideas, find me sources and everything to, you know, match this, and then create a slide deck based off of this information, you know, with X goal. Like that's cool. Deep research remains the fastest way to get comprehensive answers and in-depth questions. Labs is designed to invest more time and leverage multiple tools such as coding, headless browsing, and design to create more dynamic outputs. Labs can develop and deploy simple interactive mini apps directly within the app tab in your project. This enables you to create basic dashboards, slideshows, and websites without external development tools. All files created during your workflow, documents, spreadsheets, charts, images, code files are organized in the Assets tab for easy access. That's cool. Is it generating images? What does it say? Develop a short sci-fi film concept in newer style. Create 9 storyboards on a full screenplay. That's interesting. I will now automate all of my analysts. Flexi now supports search across SEC filings from Edgar. Ooh, that's big. Yeah, building mini web apps and learning things the way you want with interaction and customization seem to be the future, and makes the whole wall of text answers, however well formatted, feel old. Multimodality, voice interactions on top of this will make it more fun. Totally. Yeah, that's cool. All right, let's just take a quick look here at some. This is the like their AMA that Perplexity is doing pretty much right now. The $50 the 50-month limit for lab stress testing, meaning it will increase in coming weeks. So looking to support Google Home and screen translator options that for the assistant like Gemini. The lab's research mode queries require multiple sequential calls to the index and database for logging and filling in events. String together several different tool calls. We want to be able to handle the request without having to the product infra go down. Oh, okay, yeah. We're testing several different models to figure out how to have all this make sense for $20 a month plan. Okay. Just I am Perplexity's number one proponent in Japan. I've stayed till 2 a.m. to attend this AMA because Perplexity is it's such a key part of my workflow. Dang. Okay. Well, this is we'll read this later. We'll summarize it. Okay, actually they just finished our thing, so let's wait for it to build it out. I mean, so far it's like honestly pretty simple, this one. I need to give it my game. I also have an index idea for building a like a gaming, like just how we have like a dollar index or like a, you know, currency index. I want to build that, but for like games. So like how much it costs like for a RuneScape bond or World of Warcraft token or Eve Plex. All these like MMOs that have like a direct dollar to in-game currency translation. I think having those be like like an index, like a stock index or a dollar index would be interesting to see. Did it make this? Okay, this is actually way more in depth than I was expecting. But where's like the actual like dashboard? Maybe it's like a I guess it made these here. This is not as like cool. This is not a bad example. Did it make these though? Gradientflow.com. But it just took these. It didn't even make these. Like it's generating these like CSV files. I guess, like, what is this from? Use case analysis application scenario. All right, this one wasn't the best. Like, if this is some AI generated slop, if I haven't seen it, and they took it from like another website, like, all right. Yeah, that's the whole point, though. It's like it does the research for you. I guess with this one, I just gave it this, and it found its. I said what like I wanted, what that metrics, and it just found it. I guess. I mean, yeah, it's like I just picked this example, but providing more details would likely help. Also, if we specified like a dashboard, I think then it would have made like a separate web app, but we didn't. This is like the assets that they were talking about. Oh, okay, so it wrote Python code to make the visualizations. I mean, it still did a lot. I was hoping it was a dashboard, I guess. But it is crazy that it did all this, wrote all these, did the research, wrote the code to make the visualizations. Made a bunch of charts. Interesting that they use CSV too. Just a plain CSV. That's all you need. Rank them. You can't really see them in the way, but interesting. This is cool. I'm gonna try and make some more like stuff with more information instead of like a sentence, and see kind of tune it a bit more. Generate reports from work. Exactly. That seems like what it'd be really good at. Just analysis. Yeah, I'll report back though once we play around with this some more. Wait, Perplexity Labs. Okay. Now, a few other Perplexity announcements, which I want to know what this is. LegalZoom announces strategic partnership with Perplexity to offer legal services to AI search customers. So what, do I have like a lawyer on retention now that I'm paying $20 a month for Perplexity? Like, what does this mean? Sort of stuff makes me feel like going off on my own as a consultant is doable. Yeah. Totally. I mean, like, in the future, I think having, like, AI agents that you have, like, created and tuned to, like, help you do, like, consultation stuff, like, I could see that being, like, a thing, and, like, leveraging tools like Perplexity, like, that seems almost, like, fun, like, if I'm being honest, like, I don't know. It seems cool. Okay, let's actually try and go to this Perplexity. Let's have Perplexity explain it. It says, I was reading an article about how Perplexity is offering legal services to its subscribers, but how would that work? What services can they provide for only $20 a month? I have so many windows open, it's very hard to manage. Okay. Alright. LegalZoom is leading online platform for legal services. Today announced a strategic partnership with Perplexity to empower legal solutions for Perplexity Pro subscribers. This marks the first known partnership between legal service provider and a major generative AI platform, underscoring LegalZoom's commitment to meeting consumers at the cutting edge of how people seek to use information online. Have you considered offering AI services? AI consulting services for my business. My firm literally pays companies to inform them on it. Have you considered offering AI consulting services for business? No, but that is... I've thought about that though. Firm literally pays companies to inform them on AI stuff. That's interesting. That's I know. I totally could. That's an interesting. I'll have to look into that. Better Call Saul. More like Better Prompt Perplexity. Yeah. Legal services and major AI platform, underscoring LegalZoom's commitment to meeting consumers at the cutting edge of how people seek to use information online. Oh, okay. So I wonder if it's just like, hey, yeah, we'll like give you LegalZoom's like, we'll give you access to our AI lawyer or something. We recognized that early the way that people search for answers was fundamentally changing the development and developed a strategy to meet customers at their point of need. But Kathy Sitzovich, Chief Corporate Development and Partnership Officer at LegalZoom. Our partnership with Perplexity is the first of many strategic alliances we plan to enter into as we meet our customers where they are and position LegalZoom at the forefront of the search revolution by embedding our trusted legal solutions directly into these new search experiences. We're ensuring users get accessible, affordable legal guidance exactly when and how they're looking for. I didn't really answer shit though. Broader shift in consumer behavior as generative AI platforms continue to gain popularity for information and research needs. As part of the partnership, Perplexity Pro subscribers will gain access to exclusive offers from LegalZoom, including discounts on legal services and products tailored to individuals and small businesses. LegalZoom will be the provider of legal services for the Perplexity Pro users. I still don't... So you just get a discount for LegalZoom's services? Okay, that's all the rest is PR bullshit. Okay, Perplexity has announced a strategic partnership with LegalZoom platform. Here's how it works and what subscribers receive for the $20 a month fee. Integration with LegalZoom. LegalZoom is leading online... Okay, yeah, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna cut the corporate bullshit, bro. When Perplexity Pro users have legal questions or need legal documents, they can access LegalZoom services and expertise through Perplexity's platform rather than being directed elsewhere. I still don't quite understand. Seems like I still have to pay for LegalZoom services. Perplexity's AI engine continues to answer legal questions with real-time cited information, but now users can seamlessly transition from research to action, such as drafting legal documents or consulting with an attorney using LegalZoom's tools and networks. This seems like it's just an ad. Now it's like anytime you talk about legal stuff, it's just gonna pump LegalZoom like it's an ad. Like, you know, that Okay, so here, what the $20 a month gets you. Exclusive offers and discounts. Perplexity Pro users receive exclusive discounts on LegalZoom's legal services, products, and these are tailored for individuals and small businesses. This is literally the same as this here, but what are these sources? Access legal templates and documents. LegalZoom is knowing provider legal. Pro subscribers can access these resources at reduced prices or special offers. Okay, what's a legal question we could ask? Like I'm literally learning nothing from reading that. As like a kind of legal solutions. So it really seems like you now have Perplexity has access to like internal LegalZoom like documents to help like it create better answers, and then it'll just recommend LegalZoom as like after to work with them as like an ad. Like that's how I'm interpreting this. Attorney representation. Dang it, $20 a month doesn't give me a lawyer on retainer. The subscription provides discounted access, not unlimited free legal services. I mean, like it's still like a good. It still seems like it's beneficial. Like it's, I don't know. Is it illegal to drive around with a high beam? You need to ask a question that's hard that it pulls from LegalZoom. Okay, here we go. Let's just make up a story. Be like, I was outside the other day, and my neighbor's dog came up to me and peed on my leg while I was standing on my lawn. I informed my neighbor that this was not cool and they should do something about it. I threatened legal I threatened to sue him if he doesn't deal with this. He then came over on my property. It's very important. Property. And threatened to punch me. What are my legal options? I am thinking about hiring a lawyer. Please advise. All right, here we go. I'm clipping this. Okay, come on. We want LegalZoom. Where's LegalZoom? Bro, where's the legal zoom? Let's look at sources. Did it even pull anything? Find law. Can no dog waste signs on lawns be enforced? I've never heard of that. That's so funny. Is it illegal? I wrote this like ironically thinking it's like some like weird ass edge case, but like there's like hundreds of articles about like people like looking this. Any laws regarding the dog thing? That's so funny. It's like all Karens. I've seen no legal zoom things though yet. Is it not integrated? Like, it didn't pump a. I'm disappointed it didn't pump the legal zoom ad to me. Can legal zoom help me? Let's just be more direct. It's like, uh-oh. Legal zooms also, I think it's more for like business stuff, right? Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it's all like business shit. Right? Or personal? Real estate shit. Personal attorneys. You just get a personal attorney like this? Oh, wait. You could actually get $17 a month? Bro, you could lump that into Perplexity's $20 a month. Disappointed. I thought it would be more integrated. Anyways. Okay, this is still cool. I guess I want to see how it actually works then, because clearly it's like either not integrated or I didn't ask the right question. Maybe I should ask a legal question. That might be a better one, but anyways, we'll move on. Last story. Perplexity AI coming soon to Samsung devices. There's been a few there's been a few device manufacturers, including I think Apple, who's considering Perplexity as their kind of like AI integration within the app. But again, it goes back to the platforms, like I was kind of saying. So the fact that if Perplexity's app and assistance gets preloaded on upcoming Galaxies, this is them being able to leverage platforms similar to how Google is leveraging platforms, being able to push their AI products in front of all these people. If Perplexity partners with someone like Samsung, they are now kind of renting their platform to be able to push their product in front of people, which is just an easy way to get new users, which someone like Perplexity, who doesn't have the platforms similar to OpenAI, who doesn't have the platforms, they really need that. They need these partnerships to continue to grow and to continue to get into platforms that are owned by incumbents or that incumbents already have products in, i.e. Google. And even I swear we'll have a Bixby on Samsung, like that was just thrown out the window. But I would think Samsung too, but maybe not. So Samsung has been offering its mobile customers a robust selection of Galaxy AI features via integration with Google Gemini. A deal with Perplexity AI may soon expand the AI features on Samsung devices. On Sunday, Bloomberg published a report informed by persons close to the matter, PCM, about a wide-ranging deal between Samsung and AI startup Perplexity AI, which would preload Perplexity's app and assistant on future Samsung devices. Perplexity AI search engine would also be plugged into Samsung's web browsers, giving it users easy access to AI-powered browsing. Oh, that's big. Bixby was bait to check whether it does good or not. I've been using Gemini Live. It's actually nice and easy to use and fast. Like the video camera thing. I really haven't tried any of Gemini, any of Google stuff besides via the API, besides via the like just using their models directly. I need to give them a try. Camera thingy, okay. Is that on just the Gemini app? I downloaded the Gemini app, but I've just never logged in. I just installed it, and then I was like, I just don't. It's like I don't really know if I want to use this, but I should try it out just to be more informed. I'll give it a try today. Why not? Oh, it's only on Pixel. I do have it on iPhone. I have the Gemini app. I don't know about the camera, the live thing though. That's a good point. Yeah, access to AI-powered browsing. Samsung reportedly plans to announce the partnership this year, and users may see the Perplexity integration as soon as the Galaxy S26 lineup, which is expected to launch at Samsung's Winter Unpacked event in early 2026, where the goal is for Perplexity to be the default AI assistant. Interesting. Default. Other potential outcomes of the partnership might include building an AI-infused operating system, agentic AI apps, according to the report. So this is big for Perplexity. This is very big. I do wonder if how much this will translate into like profit, like revenue for Perplexity. Like, will this garner many new subscriptions? If nothing else, the data would likely be reasonably valuable. Until now, Samsung has largely relied on Google's AI developments, including Gemini Assistant and the Circle to Search feature, to power Samsung's own suite of AI features. This partnership could mean less reliance on Google, as Samsung works with Perplexity to build new unique experiences on its mobile devices. Yeah, Perplexity is moving fast. Really, the AI industry in general just moving so quick. Like, literally, that's what I'm saying. Like, week to week, there's so much that's announced. And to me, that seems like just the competition is just very intense, which makes it good for me, who's reporting on it. Makes it really easy for me to have stuff to talk about, I guess, because there's always new shit coming out. And I love it. I think it's interesting. So, Perplexity's in high demand. Perplexity is a similar partnership with Motorola, which pre-installs the apps on the Motorola Razr Ultra. Is that the flip phone? No. I mean, I'm behind. I don't really follow the phone market much these days. How do I find good arrows like these? I guess myself. I browse. I have news feeds. I use sites. It's kind of just like, that is kind of like where I kind of filter articles about what I find interesting, what I think, you guys would find interesting. Kind of like half of what I feel like the value I provide here is kind of my taste on what I think is interesting or what I cover. So I use NewsBlur and I use TechMeme. NewsBlur, it's my feed reader. This is where I get most of my news. You can't see everything, but this is where I get most of my news. I just have them all. I have like all my feeds organized here. I probably have like hundreds of feeds. I mainly use this Technonomicon one, and it's just like I just have all these sources in here. And then I also use this website called TechMeme, which breaking news. Which is also kind of like, this is where I get a lot of like startup stuff, and I get a lot of news from here too. It's just like a news aggregator. They do some filtering too. Thank you. Okay, let's finish this here. You've been reading Semi-Analysis? Nice. Cool blog. Thanks for rec, totally. Okay, then we got Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference, WWDC, next week, which we'll have full coverage here on stream. Only a week away, much conversation has been escalating regarding Apple Intelligence features, including the possibility of a future partnership with Perplexity. Yes. which is crazy because Apple kind of had the opportunity to make their own AI products, and they just botched it so hard that it's just worthless. It's pretty much worthless, and that I don't even know where or how I could get to Apple Intelligence features on my iPhone if they even exist anymore. But that just shows like how quick they failed, I feel like. So the fact that now they're like falling back to existing platforms like Perplexity does not, in my opinion, bode well for Apple, especially considering the giant platform that they have. I keep talking about the platforms and how that really helps. Apple has one of the largest platforms in the world next to Google and Microsoft, and they are not taking advantage of that. Especially if they do want to have a place in the AI industry in the future. Now, I think we will see at WWDC if they are creating their own models, because I have been reading that they're creating like a pretty wide range of models, but I don't know. We don't know like any more information. Are they basing it off of like other open models? Are they creating that themselves? How are they going to integrate it and create actual products within their apps that isn't as dog shit as the last round of Apple Intelligence was? Like, you know, there's some things to consider. But we got that next week. Since Apple Intelligence was launched last year at last year's WWDC, its role has been limited to more superficial tasks such as Genmoji. Like, this is worthless. Writing tools, which also, like, in the context of sending very short text, it's kind of worthless. If you use your iPhone more for like productivity and like actually writing emails and shit, like, sure, I could see that. But like, if you open up the Gmail app, you're just going to use the Gemini shit, you know, likely. Like, and photo cleanup, which this is actually delayed. This photo cleanup, do we have Tech Meme open still? I swear I saw something on Tech Meme. So their albums feature is delayed. While these features are helpful, I was thinking of Google. Jesus Christ, I'm getting all my big tech companies mixed up. Take that back. Don't ignore what I said. I don't know about this. Google's AI album feature got delayed. Jesus Christ. All the big tech companies are blending together in my head. While these features are helpful, the users were hoping that more robust features such as the Siri upgrade would be released soon. Yeah, and like Siri, like they already have like their AI kind of branding, Siri. They just keep the Siri name, but just turn it into their AI product. I feel like that would be very easy transition. Quick win. Yeah, I got confused. Yeah, sorry. However, a Siri upgrade has been repeatedly delayed, with Apple stating that it is taking longer than anticipated to develop. Given these challenges, it might make sense for the company to pivot from building its own model to tapping a model such as Perplexity that's already successfully assisting users. Yeah, the problem is, if Apple goes down this route, if we do move away from screens, Apple doesn't exist anymore, pretty much. So if either they need to develop their own models or risk being left behind, or just being okay with just being a device manufacturer, which is arguably what they are very good at and what they kind of is their main business. You know, and if we do go more towards this like XR, AR, VR type of route, that also doesn't benefit Apple. They do have the Apple Vision Pro, but it's arguably it's expensive. It's in early products. Like, you know, they need to figure out like more mass market appeal for that. But also like the glasses, which Google launched and pretty much every big tech company is working on. Apple is also, quote unquote, like theoretically working on that, like rumored to be, which is arguably going to be also the next, I'm saying arguably a lot, but the next platform, the next mobile compute platform to replace smartphones, and also a great way to interact with AI because it could see. So if Perplexity just like is just their default, why don't they just buy Perplexity? Let's be real. Now that I'm thinking about it, I was like, if Perplexity just becomes the Apple's default, like, it seems like Perplexity is just like benefiting so much. But Perplexity could be paying them a lot of money, similar to how Google pays Apple for to be the default search engine. Like, they're paying them hundreds of billions of dollars, or tens of billions of dollars. Perplexity could do the same, but with and also that's going to go away because of the antitrust cases. That Perplexity could now do the same and step in and kind of be their default like AI provider. I don't know. Perplexity AI is a startup founded in August 2022 with AI first search. As an AI first search engine, it has since seen great success, grown over 15 million monthly active users and a $14 billion valuation. Yeah, so yeah, Perplexity's making moves. Cool to see. Cool to see. Yes, Siri needs a 2.0. Oh, 100. They need a. Yeah, they need a 200.0. What is this? Oh yeah, I want to see the numbers. It looks like in this article, which was released an hour and a half ago, ChatGPT users can now use record mode to take notes on meetings, brainstorming sessions, or thinking out loud soliloquies. OpenAI announced Wednesday. How do I literally, like, we were on Sam Malone's Twitter. Like, I always miss OpenAI's announcements. I never know. Like, if they live stream on YouTube, I swear. OpenAI. They did. Like, how do I keep missing these? Whatever. The recording feature is currently only available for ChatGPT team users. The notes subscription includes timestamp citations, connection to third-party storage. Yeah. Okay. All right, that's gonna do it for today's stream, though. They're just anonymous. I don't know. It's just hard to keep up. That's what I'm saying. Like, every week there's so much shit. It's so hard to keep up. Hopefully that's what you have me for, though. I'll try and filter through it all. But that's gonna do it for today's stream. We kind of got caught up on a lot of AI news stuff, but literally as the catch-up stream, we're literally already behind because as we're streaming, they're fucking releasing things. Like, literally can't get a break. But we try here. Yeah, we got the roundup of a lot of new product releases and product updates from all the big AI companies. There's a few, like Mistral released a vibe coding client. Cohere, which is another big startup, raised $500 million. So I mean, there's still a lot. There's still a lot out there, but we got the brunt of it. Yes, then tomorrow we will be going over the Bond AI report around 9 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. ish. I've been kind of starting a little, like 9 a.m. to 9:15. We will be going over the entire thing. The entire thing. So just gonna read it. I'll provide my opinion and analysis and commentary. Yeah, this right here. Tomorrow we'll be going over this. 340 slides, 9 a.m. Pacific. So I appreciate everyone hanging out today, showing up. Hopefully you learned something new. We're entertained. Yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day or evening or night. And we'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific. I'm going to schedule the stream sometime today on my YouTube channel. So if you want to jump in beforehand, that'll be scheduled. So otherwise, I'll just be live on Twitch around 9 to 9:15. So yeah, appreciate everyone hanging out. And we'll be back tomorrow. Bye. Appreciate everyone hanging out, showing up, chatting.